Your car manufacturer spent millions of dollars engineering a feature specifically designed to save you money. That's same features that will cost you over thousands of dollars in a single afternoon. And the engineers who built it knew exactly what they were doing before it ever shipped to a single dealership. These are not manufacturing defects. These are deliberate engineering decisions that transfer money directly from your pocket into a corporate bank account while presenting themselves as innovations you should feel grateful to own. Today, we are going to expose 3 of them, and by the end of this video, you will never look at your car the same way again. Let us begin with the automatic start-stop system, one of the most widespread features in the modern automotive industry, and one of the most quietly destructive. The premise sounds reasonable. When your vehicle is stationary at a red light, the engine shuts off. The moment you release the brake, it restarts. Clean, simple, efficient. What the manufacturer does not tell you is why it actually exists. This system was not engineered for your benefit. It was engineered to help automakers hit government fleet emissions targets measured across the entire production run of every vehicle they sell. Your individual fuel consumption is irrelevant to this equation. Your car is one data point in a corporate compliance document. The system exists so that the manufacturer can check a box. You are simply the one who paid for it. Now, here is the mechanical reality hiding underneath that convenience. Every single restart triggered by this system is a partial cold start event. When an engine stops, the oil coating your camshaft bearings and crankshaft journals immediately begins retreating to the oil pan due to gravity. For the razor-thin sliver of time before the oil pump can fully restore internal pressure upon restart, metal is grinding directly against metal. No lubrication, no protection, direct metal contact. Every single time the system restarts your engine. In standard stop-and-go city traffic, this cycle repeats 50 to 100 times in a single day. In a standard month of city commuting, an engine equipped with this system accumulates over 100,000 of these restart events. Standard lead-acid batteries cannot survive the constant charge and discharge cycling this system demands. Your vehicle requires a specialized absorbed glass mat battery, a unit that costs between $200 and $400 and requires replacement every 3 to 4 years under start-stop conditions. The actual fuel savings this system delivers to you averages $80 per year. One single failed AGM battery eliminates 5 years of that saving in a single repair visit. One starter motor replacement costs 5 to 8 times the entire annual fuel saving. Consider what happened to a 2019 Honda CR-V in Phoenix, Arizona. At 28,000 miles, he noticed hesitation from the start-stop system. At 41,000 miles, while sitting in gridlocked freeway traffic on a 108-degree afternoon, the starter motor failed completely. The vehicle was stranded in the center lane of Interstate 10. $680 for the starter, $310 for the battery, $95 for the tow truck, $1,085 total in a single afternoon. The annual fuel saving from this system was exactly $72. This feature cost that driver 15 years of its own supposed savings before lunchtime. It was not designed with your engine in mind. It was not designed with your wallet in mind. It was designed to satisfy a government spreadsheet, and you are the one paying for it. Run Flat Tires arrived with a compelling promise. No more roadside emergencies. No more struggling with a jack on a dark highway shoulder. No more ruining your clothes changing a spare in the rain. What the marketing did not mention was the second half of the arrangement. The mechanical reality of a Run Flat tire is absolute structural rigidity. The sidewalls are so heavily reinforced that the tire can support the full weight of the vehicle even with complete air pressure loss. This sounds like an advantage, and in one specific scenario, it is. The problem is everything that comes after. Because of that reinforced structure, Run Flat tires cannot be patched. A simple sidewall puncture from a nail or road debris means the tire is permanently finished. There is no repair, there is no patch, there is no plug. The tire goes in the dumpster and you go to a tire shop. Replacing a full set costs $1,200 or more. And here is where the situation compounds itself. Run-flat tires come in highly specific sizes. Standard tire shops frequently do not stock them. If your exact size is unavailable, and it often is, you are waiting days for a special order to arrive, while your car sits completely unusable. The feature that was sold as the elimination of roadside emergencies created an entirely new category of roadside emergency. One that is dramatically more expensive, dramatically harder to resolve, and capable of stranding you in locations where waiting is not a comfortable option. On a rural interstate at 11:45 in the evening, a 2021 Mini Cooper S owner suffered a sidewall puncture 60 miles from the nearest authorized dealer. The tire could not be patched. The vehicle did not come with a spare. It was removed by the manufacturer to reduce weight and improve emissions figures. The nearest replacement tire required a next-day special order. There was no option. The driver stopped for the night. $185 for the hotel, $220 for the tow truck, $310 for the tire, $715 in unplanned expenses on a Tuesday night. Had this vehicle been equipped with a conventional spare tire and a basic jack, the total cost would have been zero. The delay would have been 30 minutes. The spare tire was removed from this vehicle to help a corporation hit an emissions number. You paid for that decision on a dark, rural highway at midnight.
For a century of automotive engineering, the parking brake was one of the most honest systems in the vehicle. A steel cable, a lever, a ratchet mechanism. When you pulled it, you felt the mechanical clicks under your hand. You had direct, physical, undeniable confirmation that the brake was engaged. There was no software involved, no electronics, no control modules, just a cable connected to a caliper, an honest mechanical relationship between the driver and the machine. Manufacturers replaced this with a button, a small, flat, silent button. Electronic parking brake motors now live bolted directly onto the brake caliper, sitting in the wheel well, where they are exposed every single day to extreme brake heat, road salt, and standing water. The harshest possible environment for a precision electronic motor. When these motors fail, and they fail, the brake caliper seizes in the engaged position. The vehicle cannot be moved. Releasing it requires dealer-specific diagnostic software. You cannot fix it on the side of the road. You cannot fix it in your driveway. You need a dealership, a specialist, and a substantial amount of money you did not plan to spend. The repair cost ranges from $800 to $1,500 per corner. Repairing the original steel cable system cost $40 in parts and 1 hour of labor. In January, in Minnesota, an Audi A4 owner discovered both rear electronic parking brake calipers had seized simultaneously inside a multi-level parking garage, the result of heavy winter road salt exposure over the preceding weeks. The vehicle was immobilized inside a concrete structure where standard tow trucks could not easily maneuver. Parking fees accumulated while the owner waited for a specialized extraction. The clock kept running. $1,200 for both calipers, $340 in labor, $85 in parking fees that accumulated while the car sat immovable in a structure it could not leave. $1,625. For a braking system that was deliberately engineered to be more fragile, more complex, and exponentially more expensive than the $40 cable it replaced. This is the pattern. Take a system that has worked reliably for a century, digitize it, expose it to the environment, market it as progress, and then charge you again when physics and corrosion do exactly what any engineer could have predicted they would do.